The Haunting of Redstone Mill, Episode 2, The Stone's Whisper. After the chilling events at Redstone Mill, Ava Mitchell and Nate Brooks were on edge. It was March 13th, 2025, just a day after Ava's terrifying encounter in the mill's basement, where she'd found a logbook hinting at a dark ritual involving a black stone, and heard whispers warning her to stay. The night ended with a shadowy figure at Nate's house, a handprint on his door, and a voice on Ava's recorder saying, 3 days. They knew they had to act fast. Ava, a 26-year-old journalist, couldn't shake the voices from her recorder. Nate, a 31-year-old mechanic and lifelong Redstone resident, was rattled by the handprint. Black as soot, it wouldn't wash off. At dawn, they met at the Redstone Cafe, where 67-year-old Bill Hensley poured them coffee. "You two look like you've seen a ghost," he said. Ava showed him the photo on her phone, the one of her in the mill's basement, taken by an unknown source. Bill's hands trembled. "That's the taker's mark. It's watching you." Bill explained more about the mill's history. In 1915, when the mill was built over an old burial ground, the owners found a black stone carved with a hand, a symbol local farmers called the taker. They kept it in the silo, believing it brought prosperity, but workers started hearing whispers, seeing shadows. Every 30 years, someone vanished. 1915, 1945, 1975, and now 2025. Bill's uncle, a survivor of the 1975 fire, had babbled about a stone that spoke before he lost his mind. Ava and Nate decided to return to the mill. They needed to find the stone and stop the cycle before their 3 days were up. At 10 a.m., they arrived, the mill's rusted frame creaking in the wind. The air felt heavier than before, the whispers louder, echoing from the silos. Ava's recorder picked up fragments. Blood, more blood, while Nate clutched a crowbar, his knuckles white. They climbed a rickety ladder to the silos platform, where graying dust still lingered. In the center, half buried in debris, was the black stone, the size of a dinner plate, its carved hand glowing faintly red. Ava reached for it, but the whispers turned to screams, "Don't touch!" And the stone pulsed, sending a shock through her hand. She stumbled back, her vision blurring. For a moment, she saw the mill as it was in 1915, workers in overalls, their faces pale, staring at her as if she didn't belong. Nate pulled her away, but the stone's glow intensified, casting shadows on the silo walls. Dozens of figures, their movements jerky like marionettes. One shadow, larger than the rest, stepped forward, its voice a hiss. 3 days, give us 3. Ava's recorder crackled, replaying her own voice from the basement. "Is anyone here?" But now it answered itself. "We're here, always here." They fled the silo, but the mill seemed to shift around them. Hallways stretched. Doors slammed shut. In the main hall, they found scratches on the walls, fresh and deep. AVA Nate 3 days. Nate's crowbar slipped from his hand, clattering to the floor, and the sound echoed, too long, too loud, followed by a laugh, low and guttural. Back in Nate's truck, Ava's hand throbbed where she touched the stone. A faint mark appeared on her palm, a hand mirroring the stone's carving. Nate checked his own hands. Nothing yet, but his reflection in the rearview mirror flickered, his eyes briefly black. "We're running out of time," he said, his voice tight. They drove to the library to meet 42-year-old librarian Ellen Carter, who'd been researching the mill's history. Ellen had found a 1915 letter from a worker's wife, claiming her husband had changed after touching the stone. He'd hear voices, see shadows, and carve hands into their walls. The letter ended with, "It wants 3 this time, not 1. Ellen also uncovered a ritual in an old farmer's almanac. To banish the taker, the stone must be shattered with iron under moonlight, but it would demand a price, blood for blood. That night, Ava and Nate planned to return with iron tools, but the taker wasn't waiting. At 11 p.m., Ava's recorder turned on again, playing a new voice, Bill's saying, "I'm sorry," though he was across town. Nate's phone buzzed with a photo of him and Ava in the silo, taken from above, the stone glowing beneath them. The mill's red glow pulsed brighter in the distance, and a scream echoed through the cornfields, not human, but something older, hungrier. At the library, Ellen called, her voice shaking. "I found another letter. It says the taker doesn't just take one. It binds 3 souls to the mill, 1 for each day, until the cycle ends." "Ava, Nate, there's a 3rd name now, mine." Outside, the shadows moved closer, hands reaching from the darkness. To be continued.